But you mentioned a little something about schedules, Coach,
Yeah.
and it's about the first 3 weeks of the 2025 season. We've got a little something all set. We know when we're playing Florida State. We know when we're
Yeah.
playing. Here we go. And a roll tide to you too, see Bama. How you doing today, good buddy? Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. So we got
There it
Florida
is.
State. There it is. Oh, there it is. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 p.m. Central Time, Alabama, Florida State on ABC.
Hmm. Hey, tell me something about. Have you look at Auburn up there on Friday night? Have you? What you? I got to look in more into Baylor. Have you heard anything from about where's Baylor? Yeah.
Okay, so Baylor last season they started out the season 2-4, but then they ended the regular season with 6 straight victories, which was enough to save Dave Aranda's job. But they got smacked off the face of the earth by the LSU Tigers in the Texas Bowl.
Yeah.
But Auburn Baylor is the Friday game for week 1, along
Hmm.
with Colorado Georgia Tech. But
That ought to be pretty even. I'd be interested. They'll start doing the spread and all the predictors here before too long. Some of them, probably already doing it, and it's way too soon. But that'll be interesting to see where the betting line's going with regard to that game right there. Um, but yeah, Alabama, Florida State. Mm, New quarterback, new so it'll be interesting right there. That'll be a challenge. So
yeah, but then again, nothing worth having is easy. That's the way I see it.
no, and it'll tell you something. And when you open up with somebody high caliber, it tells you something right off the bat. Probably where your season's going to go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
it's a pretty good predictor as to the rest of the season because you got two elite programs headed into first game and a lot of lot right there's a lot. I mean, everybody's going to be fired up. I mean, a lot more so when it's two perennial um, classic teams. But when you're open up with should be a give me. I mean, that tells you nothing about your team. To be honest with you, it doesn't tells you nothing. But if you're open up with a Florida State or somebody like that, it tells you a lot. And so it'll be it'll give us a good glimpse into what to expect from Alabama.
Well, like Florida State will have Thomas Castellanos from Boston College, and they're going to have Malzahn as their offensive coordinator, and that'll be fun to see what happens. But we're gonna wait and see what happens with that Florida State offense. But we'll
Yeah, and,
definitely be.
yeah, and Malzahn have his little script of uh, whatever and that kind of stuff. But I mean, Malzahn's a good coach, good offense coordinator. I mean, bright mind, but I mean, uh, everybody's kind of caught on to some of the stuff he does. So yeah, it runs its course. I mean, the hurry up, speed, all that kind of stuff's kind of ran its course. It's probably football is probably going to head back to grind it out and all the hurry up and that kind of stuff. Defenses adapt, they catch up, and so you know everybody's gotten off. The back shoulder throws from Spurrier and the hurry up from Malzahn and other coaches. Defense, they adapt. We'll see what
True.
happens.
Well, in the week 2 lineup, it looks a little sloppy, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. We got Alabama, Louisiana Monroe. That's the latest game for the SEC slate, and that'll be on the SEC network. So that'll be a nighttime post game show with all the commercials. That's likely a 10:30 p.m. post game show right there.
Well, here you go. I mean, that's a tough start of the season for an Alabama fan. All right, see Florida State away, and then your first home game, La Monroe. No, nothing against La Monroe. I played against them, but as a as a fan, season ticket holder or whatever, I mean, really, one away and then come back to La Monroe. But I think the third game is Wisconsin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yep,
it should,
that there it is. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And, that's going to be the first time Wisconsin has traveled to Tuscaloosa to play Alabama. So that's going to be extremely fun.
we'll see how they. I don't know. It's been a crazy start of the summer so far, or really, summer hadn't really started, but down here it started, and it'll be interesting to see there how the Wisconsin adjusts to the humidity and the steam and all that kind of stuff. So be a
Oh,
challenge.
yeah.
But I mean, 2 out of 3, the first 2 or 3 games are really two out of the first 3 are really intriguing and that kind of stuff. I just hate it for Alabama fans. Your first home game is.
Louisiana Monroe.
I mean, no offense, but not very glamorous.
I don't know. Well, I mean, Wisconsin, like I'm gonna have a lot of fun watching that one.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that'll be a good game. So yeah, and then it just keeps going and going and going. After that, the grind begins.
there we go. Well, we see Georgia Tennessee. That's an ABC game, so that'll
That'll
be
be a good
fun.
one. Yeah, that'll be a tough one for both teams. I'll take Georgia on that one.
Yeah, I mean Georgia's always winning that one against the Vols. But I
Mm.
mean, if the Vols won't win that one, this year's their best chance to do so.
It's going to be an interesting year for Tennessee. The quarterback scenario that played out this past NIL crap. It'll be interesting. What's going on with Tennessee? No, they spent the money on recruiting. What, over $5 million? They spent a ton of money recruiting, so maybe it paid out for them. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, we got Arkansas Ole Miss. That's week 3. That's either going to be on ESPN or SEC Network, but we'll know by that time what network it'll be on.
Hmm.
Personally, to me, that looks like an ESPN game.
Yeah, yeah, I think it will be. Yeah, it'll be
Florida,
a tough one for both teams. I mean, that's a good early season matchup.
there you go. Kirk Herbstreit and his dog are going to call Florida LSU with Chris Fowler. Oh
Yeah,
man! And
yeah,
Texas A&M, Notre Dame, NBC on the Peacock app.
yeah. And Texas A&M, that's Notre Dame. That's a huge matchup right there. What week is that? 3.
Yes, week 3.
Whew.
There we go. So it'll be fun to see what happens.
No, yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's only 89 days till kickoff of the 2025 Alabama season.
yeah. And I can't wait to see the spreads, predictions, and how the betting money's going because that'll be a good indicator, kind of where most people are thinking as to you've got all these months and weeks and months of just analyzing and transfers and all this other kind of stuff. But the people with the money that are putting it out there in Las Vegas, they're the ones that study it more than everybody else. So it'll be interesting once we get closer where that money's going.
Agreed.
Yeah.